I look forward to his chirping behind the stumps. I like it.
Do you think there's a particular method to provoke a Virat?
Yeah, be quiet.
Hi, I'm Sahiba Bali. Along with me today is Rohan Deshmukh, and this is the toughest rivalry. Joining us today is Steve Smith, the captain who led Australia to victory against India a decade ago, which was the last time they won. And from that very series, we have Mitchell Starc and Nathan Lyon joining us.
Gents, welcome to the toughest rivalry. I'm going to get straight into it. Steve, you have been the last captain to have actually beaten India in the Test series in the past decade. Now, you were also joined with Nathan and Starc in that and Mitchell in the very same team. But 10 years is a long time. What do you think has changed since then?
Long time. I don't know, we've all aged a bit.
Haven't we? What?
It's kind of oh dear. Yeah, look, that was a long time ago, obviously. And yeah, India have obviously played some really good cricket since then, home and away against us. But yeah, I feel like this series is a huge one. We've both been playing really well the last 2 years or so. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
The boys definitely don't want to make it 5 down, right? Because if India does that, then it's a big record for them to break. But really, what do you think it will take Australia to come back and beat India in a Test series?
I mean, we just got to keep playing, I guess, the way we have the last couple of years. We're a really balanced side. We've got all bases covered. So if we just play to our potential, at home, I think this is our year.
Yeah, I think it's just doing the basics really well for long periods of time. As we always speak about in every interview that you do, every team meeting, if you're able to do that, then you'll hopefully put the guys under pressure for long enough. And I feel like our bowling attack is arguably the best in the world, in my opinion. And I feel like if we can do that for long periods of time, then we should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just winning the big moments, isn't it? It's two sides that have seen a lot of each other, certainly over the last few years. And I mean, our side's not too different. We're just more experienced and more mature, if you like. So we certainly know the Indian team. We'll know them well across the formats, and now it's on our home turf again, and it's about winning those big moments to win the series.
It is, and it's exciting watching you guys play. I've seen the series with you guys play, and the series in particular has a lot of iconic performances in the past. Is there any performance that has inspired you that you have seen over the decades?
Just in the memory.
Just every time Smithy bats.
Thanks, Gary. Jeez. You're not a bad bowler either, Gary.
Is it because of the dramatics that come along with it?
No. It's just Smithy in general.
Thanks, mate.
Also for the fact that you scored like 900s at an average of 66 when you play them at home. 83 is your average. 500s in 8 Test matches. 5 more to go. What do you think? How many is going to score in the remaining 5 that we've got up ahead?
Hopefully, at least 5 then.
It'd be nice.
I'd love him to.
5 would be nice. Nathan.
Rafters he does. Loving it.
I want him to score 100 every time he bats, so that's the love and support that we have for each other.
I don't know if they're being serious or cheeky.
No, but honestly, if you want to put out a number in terms of how do you want your performances going ahead, just say, Nathan, how many wickets?
I'm not putting a number on it. How many wickets do we need to take to win the series?
100.
100 wickets, so...
60 wins you 3 Test matches, and that's a series. So.
Yeah, so I'll probably speak for Mitch and Steve. We're never going to sit here and put a number on how many wickets or how many runs we're going to score, because cricket's such a special game. So we just need to take 100 wickets and unlimited runs. There you go.
Nathan, do you have a personal favourite performance of yours against India?
Probably the 2014 Adelaide Oval. Obviously for a few different reasons, and obviously a special reason regarding Phil Hughes' first Test match after his passing. So that was, and what was 10 years on this year. So, yeah, probably that's one 10 years ago.
Speaking of Virat, has there been any particular instance for either three of you where his performance kind of threw you off, or you had planned something and he completely performed differently, unexpected?
Yeah, I don't think you can under-expect what Virat produces. I think 100. He scored a nice 100 he scored back-to-back 100 in Adelaide, that Test match 10 years ago. But he scored a really good 100 in my eyes at the Optus Stadium. And I think that was 2017. But you're never going to underrate him. And nothing comes unexpected when you're bowling or competing against Virat.
Well, in terms of Rishabh Pant, Sahiba, the famous moment with Rishabh Pant where he won the Gabbar Test, and also for the fact, where do you prefer to see him more, behind the stumps or batting, stepping out to the bowlers?
Probably can't have as big an impact behind the stumps.
Yeah.
Just got to catch him, don't you? But yeah, at the crease, look, he's dangerous. You see what he's capable of. Hits all round the ground, takes the game on, tries to put bowlers under pressure. So he's a good player. He's a dangerous player. But they've got a lot of good players. So yeah, it's going to make it a good series.
In the previous interview and when we were chatting, three of you mentioned Ashwin quite frequently, the name that came up. So what do you prefer, Ashwin as a friend or Ashwin as a rival?
Yeah, it's hard to really compare friends versus rival because you play against him so many times, and I haven't had the chance to really sit down with Ash that many times, so it's really hard to compare. But
So rival it is.
yeah, let's just go with rival.
But Steve, for you, it's been some great matches with him, like sort of like a chessboard that's been laid out whenever the two of you go up ahead against each other. So how's the battle like with him?
I mean, he's a good bowler. Like in all conditions, he understands his art. He bowls well where he just bowls to the conditions, I suppose. I've got the better of him a couple of times. He's got the better of me a couple of times. So it's been a good battle. He's a good bowler for a reason. He's played over 100 tests, hasn't he? Taken a truckload of wickets, and he's a good performer all around the world. So yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some more good battles this summer. Hopefully I can get the better of him.
See, talking about that rivalry, there are a lot of legendary cricketers who are now star sports experts. Steve, you met a lot of them in studio as well. They have often shared with us how when they used to play in Australia, there was a lot of hostility environment. So if we talk about sledging, do you think it's part of the competitiveness or it's just in the spur of the moment?
I don't think there is much sledging anymore. The microphones are turned way up too much. But
I think that's a thing IPL's brought in as well. I mean, you got stuck into someone, you could be playing with them a couple of weeks later. And it's like, and then where does it go from there?
But guys, what about banter? Really banter. I'm sure you must be having a lot of banter on the field, because we know sledging is something which we used to see in the 90s or probably early 2000s. But we have seen it over the last decade that there has been a change in terms of how Indian Australian cricketers approach test matches. But there's been a lot of banter, a lot of
Rishabh's very good at it. I look forward to his chirping behind the stumps. I like it.
I mean, there was a lot that goes on from the forward short leg that we heard as well.
I don't field there. I wouldn't have a clue.
It's always the keepers. Yeah, they always got the most to say.
And they're the closest to the mic, so you hear everything they say.
Fair. But also a lot of players say that banter would actually motivate them. For example, Virat said that he doesn't mind the sledging because that actually makes them want to play better. But do you think there's a particular method to provoke a Virat? Have you figured the key?
Yeah, be quiet.
Alright, so we have a fun segment. It's sort of a game. So we're going to ask you, name a teammate who, and you're just going to write the names and let's see if you get any comments.
All right. There you go.
Wow!
Smith. There you go.
It's a hat trick.
The winner.
Okay, no, I don't know.
Wow.
Another hat trick. Wow.
Oh, he's gone the big guy.
Did you go?
Head.
Oh,
all
wow.
three.
Oh, greenies. B. He's non-stop, isn't he?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He's the biggest scroll you'll ever see.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay.
I'm going to go you, Smithy.
Wow, you guys.
That's time.
Smith, don't look at other people.
We're gonna be waiting for.
Alright.
Oh, Virat,
very good.
Jadeja,
Nice.
and Shreyas.
Stress.
Teammate.
Yeah.
Kolkata.
Oh, Kolkata.
I'm Kakao.
Steve was like fun.
Is your pen?
Interesting.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
so much for
Here you go.
joining us. Best of luck.
Uh.